Now we get into our speaking section of our program today, and our first speaker is going to be Joe Peterson. His evaluator is Brett Peterson. Would you please give us his evaluation?
Joe's objectives today for his Project 1, his icebreaker speech, are to begin speaking before an audience and to discover the speaking skills he already has and skills that need some attention. His time is 4 to 6 minutes.
All right, please help me welcome Joe Peterson. Taking time, Joe Peterson.
All right, so as Terry said, my speech is called Taking Time, and it's about the importance of taking time to do the things we enjoy to keep the balance in our life. So as you all know, my name is Joe. I grew up here in Reno, went to school, middle school, high school, eventually graduated from UNR. Today I'm going to tell you about some of the things that I enjoy to keep the balance in my life. So I always think back to my dad. He always said, don't work too hard. And I thought this was interesting because he grew up on a ranch in Fallon, working with his dad and brothers, and ranching's pretty hard work. So he wasn't literally saying don't work hard, but rather don't let work rule your life. You need to take time to keep that balance. So we all have our own escapes, whether it's gardening, playing instruments, photography, reading, whatever it is. So today I'm going to tell you about some of my escapes. One thing I like to do is travel. Whenever you travel, it's exciting, exhilarating. You get to see new things, meet new people, try new foods, experience different cultures. And you get to leave all your obligations behind, even if for a little while, work, school, family, whatever those may be. So I'm definitely not a world traveler, but I've been fortunate to go some places. One of those places was Europe. I went with my dad. We went around the Mediterranean, Spain, France, Italy, Greece. And I got to see a lot of interesting places, historical places that many people just get to read about. So I was very fortunate to do that. I also went down under to Australia and New Zealand for about 3 months. And down there they kind of have a more laid back culture. They go by the motto, work to live, don't live to work, which I kind of tried to emulate in coming back here to the States. So I realized that everyone can't take a nice long vacation because they have obligations, work, a home, families, and a lot of people just can't afford it. They don't have the time. Myself, I just recently purchased my first home, and so now I'm also working at a job that I enjoy, so I have more responsibility now, and I can't just get up and go like I was able to. So I have to find more reasonable pastimes that I can do in the evenings and on the weekends around here. So some of those things that I like to do, I was raised playing sports throughout my life: football, basketball, baseball, soccer, golf. So I still like to get out to the park and do those whenever I can. I also like to hunt and fish and camp, backpack. We go around here for deer and antelope, trout in the local streams and rivers, and I find that's a good escape to get my mind off things. During the winter, I like to ski and snowboard. I usually get a pass to one of the resorts here around Tahoe, and that allows me to enjoy the outdoors in the winter. Something I really enjoy is rock climbing. There's a lot of world-class spots around here. Donner Pass is a good example. People come from all over the world to climb here. And I think climbing is a good activity because it's challenging physically as well as mentally. You're up there hundreds of feet off the ground, pulling yourself up, doing hundreds of push-ups. So that's obviously physically challenging, but you got to keep a cool head too, because you got to communicate with your partner and make sure all your gear is placed properly, or else you could die. So I find that really rewarding. These are just a couple of the things that I like to do in my free time. But my main point was that we all have things that we need to do, and we need to make time for those so that we can come back to work re-energized, back to our family, and we'll just be better off in general. So, thank you.